I'm not going to give you the topic first. I'm going to give you the scripture first. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anybody expecting anything from the Lord today?
Amen.
Did you wake up with expectation? Do you wake up with expectation each and every day of your life? Knowing that He is a good Father. And He'll do exactly what He says. Hallelujah. Bless your name in this place, Father God. Okay. First Corinthians 3. Thank you. I feel like a real preacher up here.
Yeah, it's real up there.
Pastor, I apologize. I'll be talking about, you always need a rag. I apologize. If you had up here, Jesus. For 1 Corinthians 3, starting at verse 9. For we are co-workers in God's service. You are God's field, God's building. Verse 10. By the grace God has given me, I laid a foundation as a wise builder, and someone else is building on it. But each one should build with care. Amen. The New Living Translation states, for we are both God's workers and you are God's fields. You are God's building. Because of God's grace to me, I have laid the foundation like an expert builder. Now others are building on it, but whoever is building on this foundation must be very careful. Amen.
Amen.
Topic today is building a legacy. Have you set the subtopic? Have you set the foundation for your legacy? So while we was at the park last week, I was sitting on the bench enjoying the scenery because TJ was asleep. Thank God I had to run around with Miracle on that heat last week. And noticed there was a lot of birds flying around me. So I was like, what's going on? And I'm sitting on the bench, and at Martha Rivers, the bench has a cover over it. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I stopped, I looked around. They were laying the foundation for their nest. They were gathering items needed to help build the start of their legacy. As stated in 1 Corinthians 3 and 10. For we are both God's workers and you are God's field. You are God's building. 10. Because of God's grace to me, I have laid the foundation like an expert builder. Now others are building on it, but whoever is building on this foundation must be very careful. This brings me back to Genesis, where it all talks about the first 6 days of the earth, where God was setting the foundation of our world. And Proverbs 24 and 27 states, do your planning and prepare your fields before building your house. Did y'all get that? Mm-hmm. Okay. See, you have to have a foundation to even start to build a legacy. See, the birds were taking their time. They was gathering grass. They was gathering straw to build this nest. And where they were building was up in a shaded corner at the top of the branch. They were taking their time. Like literally taking their time. They was choosing the different pieces. We tend to rush through stuff. We want it quick. We want a microwave. But God took his time in those 6 days to lay the foundation of this earth. So why do we think our legacy is going to be built overnight? All right. I'm sorry, I lost my place, Jesus. Just like God did when he created the earth, he was building the foundation. He took time each day and did something. On the seventh day, he rested, which our seventh day is supposed to be Sunday. Most of us don't rest. I'm in the corner. Anybody with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to get back like God. We got to rest on the seventh day. Hallelujah. like he does when he created us in his image. Do you think it was a quick process when God decided to create us? Because we're his legacy. The foundation was the earth. But we as his people is the legacy because we're the ones who's going to carry out what needs to be done. I'm going somewhere. I'm going. Hang in there. In order to build something, you have to be in expectation. The birds that was building the nest must been getting ready for a thing to manifest. Normally when the birds are building a nest, it's because they're about to birth something. So why not lay the foundation when you're about to birth your legacy? Mm-hmm. Are you, like me, waiting on God to manifest a thing? Mm-hmm. Proverbs 29:8 states, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. When God gives us a vision, he gives us all that we need to start the foundation of a thing. Mm-hmm. All God wants us to do is start the foundation. If we follow through, then he will follow through. Want me to say that again?
Please.
All God wants us to do is to start the foundation. If we follow through, then he will follow through. See, the first and main ingredient of a foundation is God. Yep. Have you seek him as to what your legacy is that you are to build? Grandma used to say, have a little talk with Jesus and tell him all about it. I said a little earlier how the birds were hiding their nest in the top of the branch, in the top of the bench. So like there's a cover up and there was like a little opening. And they was going in the opening like all the way. And I was like, oh, and I'm sitting right here. Okay, but don't poop on me, whatever you do. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we have to hide the vision God has given us. We can't share everything with everyone. See, the definition of foundation is the lowest load bearing part of a building, typically below ground level, or an underlying base or principle for something. We have to set the foundation first before we start building a thing. The foundation of your legacy is important. It's like building a house or building a building. The first thing the builder does is set the foundation. Mm-hmm. So how can you start your legacy if you ain't set the foundation? The builder will lay the foundation and let it set a few days before building the skeleton of the inside of the house or the building. So, have you let your foundation set? In that setting of the foundation is when you do most of your research. That's when you do most of your planning. That's when you continue to write the ideas down. Because by the time you start building these walls, it's going to start flowing. And if you build it right, it's gonna move quick. It's not gonna be something slow. Because God don't always move like we feel like, oh God, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Because sometimes he can do it in a blink of an eye. He's just waiting on us to be prepared. If we haven't set the foundation, then how is he going to bless us with what he has for us? Yes, Lord. How can we leave a legacy for our children or our children's children without laying the foundation? We lay the foundation daily for our kids by teaching them what is right, what's from wrong, what they can do, what they can't do, what they can't say. But we don't do the same thing when it comes to the visions that the Lord has given us. We don't have any discipline. We want to teach our kids constantly to be disciplined, to do this, to do that, to do this, be obedient, but we're not obedient to God.
Right.
I was asking the question, when I leave my job, I was asked the question, when I leave my job, what do I want my legacy to be? So I posed the question to you. When God calls you home, I want your purpose to be fulfilled. I want you to be able to say, I left a legacy for my children, children's children, for generation and generation. See, we tend, as African Americans, we tend not to truly build a true foundation for our kids to live on year after year, generation after generation. We have to get out of that mentality and find out what God needs us to do so that we are building that legacy for our children. You know, as dads, they are to be men of action in the children's lives, just like we are to be women of action in our children's life. We're helping to build their legacy. You know, the word tells us, train up a child.
And raise you up.
Okay, y'all know it. I'm not going to finish it. So what's your legacy going to be? Have you already started to put the foundation down? And that's with God. Because with him, there is no foundation. You never see stuff get real shaky when the foundation ain't right. You get like real shaky. I tried to build a storage bin outside at one of my friend's house a few years ago. I had to set the foundation first. I can't even put the walls up without the foundation being down first. So how can we build our legacy if we didn't even set the foundation? God is the foundation of all things, and he won't let us fail. You have to believe he won't let you fail. We have to trust if he has given us the vision, he will supply what is needed to manifest that vision. We have to remember failure is not an option. We have to remember failure is not an option. We have to remember failure is not an option. Matter of fact, Pastor, we need to get a new sign. Failure is not an option.
Yes, God.
And put it in front of the door. Failure is not an option. I'm gonna go price it this week. Failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. I'm going to keep saying it until you get it, because I don't think you really understand. Failure is not an option. It does not matter what it looks like right now. It does not matter what it sounds like right now, because your bank account might say, I don't have the money to make this legacy, this vision to come to pass. But he's not going to give you something if he's not going to provide. That's why he's a Jehovah Jireh. I'm done. We have to remember, failure is not an option. When we are working with God, key word, when we are working with God. See, when we're working against God, it's not going to work. You got to work with them to work. He said, what the scripture say, take one step, he going to take 10. So why you ain't took that step yet? We have to keep God first in everything we put our hands and our minds to. Our foundation won't be shaky with him. So God can do what he does best, and that's building a legacy that will bless our children's children. You have to remember, failure is not an option. Build your legacy, people.
Yes, God.